Hey guys, thanks for coming back to the Astrodevs channel. Today we are going to learn in the blink of an eye how Linux file permissions work. Whether you are a complete newbie when it comes to the usage of Linux or you are just coming from a fast review about permission ideas. So without any further ado, let's dive right into it. Section 1, Basic Concepts. It's required to explain the default file permission type of security before giving expressions for permission. Each and every file and directory in the Linux file system has certain permission assigned to it. It's this permission that determines which user or which group has the right to read, write, or execute a file. Here are some of the basic things you need to know: read permission, write permission, and execute permission. Read permission allows you to read the file. Write permission is permissions in allowing you to edit or even to delete a certain file. And the execute permission allows the other type of the file to run like a program or a script. File permissions are of three categories: owner or user category, group category, and others category. Owner category is the owner of the file, the person who creates a file or directory and owns it. Group category is a group to which the file belongs. Each file or directory has an owner group that can contain multiple users. Users who are members of this group can have access to the specified access file. And the others category is all system users who are neither file owners nor file group members. In other words, this category includes users other than the owner and the group. Permissions are represented in symbolic notation, something like this. Let me explain that a little bit. The RWX means that the owner has the rights to read the file, write on the file, and execute the file. Group have the rights to read as well as to execute, and others have only read and execute permission only. Section 2, using chmod. Now let's move to how they altered using chmod command. After this, we shall look at an example of using the chmod command to change permissions. There are two modes that you can use. Number 1, numeric permissions. We have 3 slots: user, group, and others. The recipe for producing a number per slot is as follows: read permission is 4, write permission is 2, and execute permission is 1. Suppose I want to do something that the owner's user can read and execute but it can't write. So I sum the numbers of reading permission and execute permission together and put the result in the relevant slot. Suppose the other groups just want to read and do nothing else, so we put only read permission number in 2 other slots. Also, if we don't want any specific access to them, we can use 0 number easily. Number 2, symbolic permissions. Another way is by using the symbolic notation. We can first specify the target category, U for user, G for group, and O for others. Then, with the mark in addition or minus, determine whether we want to access or get access. Plus to give access, minus to get access, and then provide the necessary access. For example, U plus RWX gives the owner permission to read, write, and execute on the file. G plus RX, it allows the group to read and execute, and O minus W. This command works to revoke the write permission from all the users of the system. Section 3, using chown. The command which can be used to change owner or group of given file or directory is chown. For example, this command will change the present ownership by the user to new user and the group to new group. So here we have a recursive option for chown and chmod. This option allows you to change the owner of all the files inside a folder, not just the folder itself. This is also working for chmod command. Section 4, practical examples. Let's take a look at some practical examples. Number 1, changing permissions. chmod 755 myfile.txt provides the read and write permission for the user and write and execute permission for group and others. Or for example, chmod g-w myfile.txt. It forces the group to lose the permission of writing. Number 2, changing ownership. Using chown astrouser myfile.txt. It changed the ownership of myfile.txt from the default owner to astrouser, or chown -uppercase R /home/astro-user. It changed ownership and group of all files in /home/astro-user. And number 3, recursive changes. Using chmod -R755 pass to directory, we can set the permissions, read, write, execute for user, and read and execute for group and others to all the files and directories in our pass. Section 5, mistakes to avoid and strategies. Before we wrap up, here are some common pitfalls and tips. Common mistakes. Probably the biggest pitfall that one could ever encounter is forgetting to use the recursive option when we want to change a directory permissions in recursive mode. And giving permission levels can sometimes lead to vulnerable files. Best practices. I always tend to use the ls/l command to recheck the permission to make sure the changes are appropriate. chmod and chown should be used judiciously, not to undermine the security of the system. Thank you so much for watching all of the way to the end. If you found this video helpful, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to Astrodevs channel for more content on software, programming, and designing. Also, if you had like to help us reach our $100 goal, make sure to check out the support link on Buy Me a Coffee. Every little bit helps, and it allows us to keep bringing you valuable content. Thanks again, I will see you in the next one.